However, I will say this, denying self-determination to a United States territory doesn't just make us look like the cartoon villains, it makes us into the cartoon villains. I'm aware of the dangers if we get those 2 extra senators, but something I say sometimes and I really believe, if we allow ourselves to become corrupted while chasing our ideal worldview, then that ideal worldview no longer becomes worth chasing, because the people who bring it about will have been corrupted. I think that denying Puerto Rican statehood for a partisan reason like this one is a symptom of the type of corruption that comes from hyper-partisanship. People on the right will disagree with me, they'll jump down my throat, but that's where I'm at. William Penn quote, "What's right is right, even if everyone's against it. What's wrong is wrong, even if everyone's for it." If Puerto Rico votes 60% yes to become a state, and my party still tries to block it, then I just can't get behind that. But back to the statehood question, back to this debate between the Senate candidates. Casey is open to admitting them. And once again, he says the filibuster is an obstacle to progress. What kind of progress does he want? Well, again, he says even more background checks, even though we already have them. Even though most gun crime is committed using illegally attained weapons. Even though most gun crime is committed by handguns rather than the types of weapons that Democrats often try to ban. I never thought I would get this hot under the collar, but Casey just managed to do it for me. McCormick, though, must have been taking notes from the first debate. He had a little bit of a better answer prepared to what Bob Casey said about the filibuster. He said it is a check on Democrat executive power. It is a check and balance on radical left policies. Now, the next question from the moderators focuses on where energy policy clashes against environmentalism as people on the left would understand it, so we're talking about climate change, carbon credits, that kind of stuff. First up, they asked Bob Casey, hydraulic fracking is dangerous to health, why do you support it? Casey, of course, defends his support of fracking, but he says that he wants strong state-level regulation on it. Remember, he's running for a federal Congress, not a state Congress. But then, remember, these moderators are tailoring the questions to the candidates. The question they asked McCormick is, what should storm victims in North Carolina know about McCormick's view on climate change? Of course, implying that climate change is what caused the storms there, implying that Republicans and people who support fossil fuels and oil and natural gas are evil for causing climate change, therefore causing the storms. That was sort of the implication, stated, not stated. McCormick had a fun answer to this, sort of getting his way around that, though. He said that he is strongly pro-energy, he wants to export natural gas. He wants to replace coal with natural gas, and by replacing that coal energy, we would lower our carbon footprint because natural gas produces less carbon than coal. Surely people who care about carbon output are ideologically consistent enough to side with McCormick on that issue.